We are already in June, which is insanity, but that means it's time for us to talk about my most worn perfumes for the month of May. Let's get into it. First up is Paris Corner's Dulzura Vanilla Envy. So this fragrance is inspired by Louis Vuitton's Phantasmagorie. And I have to say, when I initially got it, I wasn't expecting it to really care about it too much or like it that much, because I already have Byredo's Rome Phantasmagorie, which is a super beast mode version of the original Louis Vuitton Phantasmagorie scent, but without the funk. So when this came out, I was like, it feels redundant. I don't really see why I would need this. But I was wrong. This is definitely softer than the Byredo Rome fragrance. Softer in terms of projection. I think the longevity on skin is still really good. Maybe a little bit less than the Rome, but still very good. And what I found is, because we are in the warm months, right? We're May, June, it's warm now. This having less intensity than the Byredo Rome version is actually good for me for the season that I'm in, because it's not too crazy cloying. It's a little bit fluffier, and that texture to me makes it more wearable for this season. It is such a good, addictively fluffy, sweet almond vanilla scent that is so cozy, easy to wear around the house, but also great outside of the house. Layers well with a lot of great fragrances. I just really love a good almond vanilla. I've had this for maybe a month and you can see the dent. And it's not because I'm, reapplying over and over again because it's not lasting. It's because I really have worn this quite a lot. Like, it's become such a great scent to wear out of the shower. Again, just for hanging around the house. It's just, I don't know, something addictive and edible about the vanilla almond fluffiness in this scent that I've just really enjoyed this past month. Next up, we've got Byredo's Mojave Ghost. I got this fragrance the first week of May, and you can already see the dent is denting. This was one of the fragrances that I actually scooped up for my birthday, and I can easily say that this is my favorite Byredo fragrance. I think it's so unique, such an interesting profile. The opening of the sapodilla fruit note, which is a really rare note to find in Western perfumery, is so addictive to me. And what I find really interesting about Byredo is that the founder, Ben Gorham, is not at all a perfumer. He's actually a fine arts graduate who also ended up playing professional basketball before pivoting to fragrance. So he works with a number of different perfumers to create fragrances that are based off of different visual and emotional aspects. And Mojave Ghost is supposed to be inspired by a ghost flower, which is a nearly translucent desert flower that somehow manages to survive in the harshest of conditions in the Mojave Desert. Super interesting to me. So when my husband was smelling this perfume, he said, it really does kind of smell like the desert. And the ability for a perfumer and a brand to put that feeling into a perfume, even though neither my husband or myself have ever smelled this desert flower, but we still made that connection. To me, I just find so interesting. And one of the amazing things about perfume is the connections that you can draw to emotions and memories, and even things that you haven't yet experienced, but you can imagine. Just a really cool fun fact. So Mojave Ghost, phenomenal scent. Sweet, airy, almost watery. It does have this almost translucent coming and going type of vibe to it. It is definitely weaker than the absolute version, but I like the airiness and the fleeting nature of this particular profile. Really stunning. Next up, we have Ellis Brooklyn's Vanilla Milk. This is one of my favorite fragrances for when I want to smell like milk, which is whenever I'm feeling cozy. It's like my base that I like to layer a lot of fragrances on top of, and it's phenomenal. I always describe this as the smell that you get after eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes. That sugary vanilla milk, that's what vanilla milk from Ellis Brooklyn gives me. Fun fact about Shapiro, the founder of Ellis Brooklyn, is that she used to be a beauty columnist for over 14 years before launching Ellis Brooklyn. And she started the brand when she was pregnant because she felt like she couldn't find clean, sophisticated fragrances that she could trust. Vanilla Milk took 3 years to create and uses 2 different types of vanilla extracts, vanilla bourbon and Madagascar layered together, which is what gives the fragrance some depth instead of just being sweet milk. You can pick this up at your local Sephora, so if you've never smelled it and you're into milky perfumes or curious, I would definitely go check this one out and, give it a little bit of a sniff. Next up, we've got Blender Graphies Vanilla Mudslide. I've only had this for maybe a week and the dent is already visible. A fragrance that I'm so happy to finally have in my collection after wanting it for a year. Truly one of the most unique vanilla scents that I have as well. This is created by a niche Amsterdam company, and all of their fragrances are inspired by different types of cocktails. And I've never experienced a fragrance with a vodka note. That's so unusual, but so interesting. And it's so hard to describe, but when you smell it, you're like, yeah, I could see how that's cocktail. This is also a vanilla fragrance that really, really takes you on a journey. It opens up with this very sweet bitter almond. You transition into a coffee, Divana type of middle heart. And then the dry down is this kind of drunken Bianco latte vibe to me. Super good. If you're into chocolatey, vanilla, boozy fragrances, this is a must try. Next up is Mkos Milk Drops. This is so addictive. Mkos has some bangers. I'm gonna have a whole video featuring the Mkos fragrances that I have been wearing and testing out for the past few weeks. But man, Milk Drops is delightful. So first of all, I'm not even afraid to overspray this because this was less than 30 bucks. Less than 30 bucks for what I feel is a highly concentrated, well-performing 50 milliliter perfume. Phenomenal, phenomenal. This is a milky, sweet, vanilla, caramelly perfume that has this beautiful, addictive powderiness to it that I love. Jeremy Fragrance, I'm sure you are familiar with Jeremy Fragrance, actually said that this was one of his favorite smells to wear on a woman. Jeremy Fragrance has thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of perfumes. For him to say that for such an affordable Indonesian brand was like, wow, really, I gotta smell this, and I understand it. This is the kind of smell that when you smell another person who's close to you, all snuggled up, it's just so enjoyable. It's fluffy, it's a little bit powdery, but like powdered sugar, not like baby powder to me. It is milky for sure. You for sure also get, how many times am I gonna say for sure? You also get this vanilla aspect. It's just delightful. Next up, we've got Victoria's Secret's Tease Cream Cloud. This is one of the newest to my collection, and look at the dent. I am so impressed with this fragrance, again, for the affordable price point and for just how good it is and for how slept on the Victoria's Secret fragrances have been in this household. I have not been trying to pay attention to any Victoria's Secret fragrances, and I should have been, because they're actually pretty good. This is another fluffy, airy, musky scent profile that also has this sweet gourmand quality to it. But the gourmandness in this fragrance from the meringue and the vanilla, again, is done in a very soft, fluffy way. And you still just get this easy to wear, musky, sandalwoody, just perfect, easy to wear everyday scent profile. I adore it. I think it is so good on its own if you want to smell clean but feminine, but it also is really great layered with other fragrances, and I'm very impressed with the projection and longevity of this one. Cream Cloud was actually created by Steven Nilsson, who has created a number of fragrances for the Victoria's Secret brand, like Heavenly and Tease Rebel, but I think Cream Cloud is considered his best work for the brand with how commercially successful this particular fragrance has been. And then we have Labo's Another 13. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I love me some Another 13 by Labo. This is just so good. Created by Natalie Lorson, probably my favorite fragrance from her, if not second favorite after Shoo Shoo from House of Beau. This is just the perfect musk. I love it because it has great projection and longevity to other people. I go nose blind to it very quickly. I'll get some whiffs of it throughout the day, but I definitely go nose blind to this fragrance. This is the kind of perfume that doesn't smell like you're wearing a perfume, but still smells fantastic to other people around you, has quite the aroma and sillage around you. It's light and airy and a little bit fruity and of course musky, and it's just perfect. I think it layers well with everything. I think it's great on its own. It's just very hard to dislike Another 13. So let me know what have been some of your most worn fragrances for the month of May, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for our next episode.